So Asmongold has called out our boy Smash JT for possibly perpetuating a false rumor about IGN refusing to review the new Lollipop Chainsaw, but who's got more valid points? Who has the more warranted point of view when it comes to this video and this reaction to it? I actually have not seen either. This is going to be a fresh reaction to both Smash JT's side and Asmongold's side, and let's see who comes out on top. Welcome back to Words of Paradise. I'm your host, Leon Idol, and yes, we got it right here. Asmongold about to click on the Smash JT video, and from what I've heard, it doesn't go very well for our boy Smash. But again, I don't like taking things off rumors and, just hearsay. I want to see it for myself. I want y'all to see it as well. So, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'm a nerdy news channel. I cover nerdy news every day, and let's just get down to it.
IGN refuses to review Lollipop Chainsaw Massacre. Somebody says the video is pure speculation. The guy's reporting a Twitter post as a fact.
Instead of starting my videos off saying, welcome to another episode of Smash JT, I feel like part of it should be, you can't spell ignorant without IGN, because holy crap, this is a new low. What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Smash JT. IGN is apparently refusing to review the remake of Lollipop.
Alright, already got criticism from a boy Smash here, not even gonna lie. You know I love you, homie, but this is just a rumor, and to be fair, it is a rumor that, spread because of fake screenshots that were, well, very easily identifiable as fake. Now, I don't know if that's for Smash Guys information, but me, Cass, a couple of guys over Bounding into Comics, were literally talking about this 2 days ago because these screenshots originated 2 days ago. So yeah, it is something easy to fact check. But that being said, we all make mistakes. Hell, I've made mistakes and not fact check shit and got called out in the comments of my video, and to be fair, yeah, it happens to the best of us.
Lollipop Chainsaw repop.
How do we know that?
Why? Because it doesn't fit their narrative, of course. And again, this move goes to prove that these outlets do not care about video games. They don't care about gamers. They care about a narrative, an agenda, and a message to push forward. And, oh, by the way, they did review Lollipop Chainsaw Massacre when it first came out. Mitch Dyer gave it a 5 out of 10. Which I guess is an average game, just 2 points below Dustborn. Man, if only Lollipop Chainsaw Repop could have been anywhere close to as good as that Game of the Year candidate.
I could easily see Dustborn probably needing to be lower, but, I mean, maybe Lollipop Chainsaw Massacre sucked. Like, I don't know. Like,
Now, and to be fair to Smash JT, everything he's saying here is true about IGN. Like, there's nothing he's saying that is wrong in the context of talking about IGN. It's just a shame that in this instance, yeah, he is talking about something that actually isn't proven. And again, for all we know, Smash could have more to say where he talks about how this is just a rumor. We're only going off the beginning of the video, but yeah, this is both a W and an L at the same time. He is saying the correct things about IGN. However, when you're saying those correct things, but you're propagating a rumor that originated from verifiably false screenshots of that to be true, it does look like, it makes you and frankly the whole movement lose a bit of credibility to those who might not have, their finger on the pulse of what's going on. So, Asmongold hasn't even really said anything much. This is more just my thoughts on Smash's video.
I'm gonna watch like 2 more minutes of this.
Hit that subscribe, give me a like, and check out SmashJT.com for the full article breaking down how IGN is refusing to review the remake of Lollipop Chainsaw Repop. Because by their own words, there's not much different. It's the same game, just a new coat of paint. We don't need to. Doesn't fit their message. IGN is unwilling to.
Unwilling? Probably because where does it say they're unwilling to?
And this is the screenshot that was fake. And post-editing, Leon, here, I kept saying the screenshot was fake. That was wrong. The screenshot is taken out of context. There is a fake screenshot about the situation. It is not the one used in the video. Since this video is about, fact-checking and doing your due diligence, I figure I should probably just throw this in here to show that, I need to take my own advice. Just know that going forward. Thank you. In fact, Learning the Law is one of those accounts that used to garner a lot of respect in sort of the anti-woke crusade, and has now just become another dog whistle for, honestly, the same levels of false information that a lot of the wokies throw out there. So, yeah, look, if you want to follow Learning the Law, hell, I follow Learning the Law. Just take anything and everything this account posts with a grain of salt. Make sure you always fact check, because for as much as it's put out there that he does get correct, there is a large swath of things that are incorrect. And I think that we as a whole have taken for granted people posting truthful information about what's going on in the culture war, and and not fact-checking ourselves. And that laziness could ultimately be our undoing. We've seen that level of laziness from the Wokies, and yeah, needless to say, if we start falling into that same trap, then nothing's ever going to get fixed. In fact, again, it will only serve to damage our credibility. So, yeah, learning the law, just do your own due diligence, folks.
Review Lollipop Chainsaw Repop, probably because it might trigger some of the they-them staff. Instead, wants to call him Bitch Dyer instead. But let's talk about his so-called 5 out of 10 score for a moment. Back in the day, IGN labeled the original Lollipop Chainsaw a mediocre title. But let's face it, by today's standards, this game would easily hit the 7 mark because everything coming out of IGN is a 7. At least it starts at a 7. Unless the game doesn't inject DEI into it, which I...
To be fair, Smash is right there. 7 seems to be the only number that the individuals at IGN know how to write.
Yes, Lollipop Chainsaw Massacre. Isn't that the point? The game is true to its original and doesn't need to differentiate itself. It's a
There's not even any evidence of this at all. Where is this coming from? Like, as Mongo Lawyer pointed out on Twitter, the refusals likely due to the fear that the game might trigger some of their they-them staff.
And herein lies the problem. There isn't a refusal, or maybe there is a refusal, but there's no public acknowledgement of a refusal. IGN has not actually come out and said they refuse to rate this game or to review this game. Again, at least as of 2 days ago when this story started, originating. Now, if they've said something today and whatnot, I haven't seen it, but I'm gonna be real, right before recording this video, I did hop on IGN and scroll through the last 2 days worth of articles and postings they put out, and yeah, they haven't said anything about it one way or the other. Now, does that mean there's a refusal, or does that mean there's just a lot of stuff going on in the nature of pop culture that Lollipop Chainsaw just hasn't really hit their radar yet? I don't know. I do think that the game did just come out, and there's a lot of games releasing right now. There's a lot of news. There's a lot of tech stuff. Is it a refusal? I don't know that we have enough information to say that yet. So at that point, you're making these leaps of logic that, and again, this isn't really a Smash JT thing. A lot of folks do it, both on the left and the right, the woke, the anti-woke. You make these leaps in logic because it fits your narrative. But again, correlation doesn't imply causation. There's so far, I'm gonna be real. As much as I love you, Smash, this kind of is a failing on your part. And but again, everyone gets an L now and again. I've taken several, so I'm not exactly judging you. And this isn't by any means a call-out thing or something to say, hey, don't go watch Smash's content. No, because 99.9% of the time, homie hits it out of the park. Everyone deserves an L now and again.
Is this a joke? Like, I want to know, is there any evidence of this at all? So the reviewer said, IGN said Lollipop Chainsaw doesn't even attempt to differentiate itself from the genre.
Now, this post here might be real. I couldn't find this, but that doesn't mean it's not real. IGN has they put out literally like an article an hour. It is entirely possible I missed it. That being said, I did do a search on the on the IGN website for Lollipop Chainsaw. This didn't come up. So again, this is it's very much a gray area, which because it's a gray area, I really don't think this should have been covered.
Cultural weirdos never have proof of anything they get mad about? There's no evidence of this at all.
Definitive proof of that. But Smash, like it. They just don't like anything that appeals to real gamers anymore. And this right here is definitive proof of that. But Smash, they don't have to re-review a game. They've already...
There's no proof.
One of the best games I've ever played. ridiculous review. And this is a game that IGN is not going to review again unless they get enough public pressure on them, put on them to say, okay, yeah, we're going to do it just to prove to everyone that we can do it. But I have a feeling IGN is worried about re-reviewing this and then having everyone come down on them saying, oh, you're giving it a 5 out of 10, a 6 out of 10, when just last week you gave Dustborn and Concord 7 out of 10s. It shows losing attention, care, passion. Gamers don't go there anymore for reasons like this.
Smash is, again, he's entirely correct there. Gamers do not go to IGN for any sort of legitimate, objective reviews. And that's why when they do legitimate, objective, good reviews, like their Black Myth Wukong review, we're all taken aback and surprised. No, the most traffic IGN gets is from folks like me and Smash and those of us that really go to their website to find their ridiculous articles and troll them for views and clicks on the internet, and obviously, of course, to spread awareness to the cultural degradation that is spewing from outlets like these. But let's be real, yeah, no, Smash is on point here. It's actually really unfortunate that the message is getting muddled because he is, propagating a false story. Again, maybe unknowing to him that it is false. In fact, I would very much be willing to bet that Smash didn't know that this was a false story, or at the very least is not an entirely true story, and the truth oftentimes somewhere in the middle. But that doesn't make what he's saying about IGN wrong.
Their credibility's at rock bottom. It's clear they've forgotten their roots and now are more interested in gatekeeping content based on how it fits their ever-evolving standards. But the audience isn't blind. We're tired.
To be fair, I do wish that Asmongold here would, add something. This is honestly a piss-poor reaction on his part. All he's saying over and over is that, where's the evidence? Which, to be fair, is a great question. Where is the evidence? But also, there is a chance for Az here to do a counterbalance of, basically what I'm doing. There is no evidence. That being said, the points he's making could be valid points depending on the context, depending on what's true, or just even in general, because Asmongold is a gamer. I'm sure he knows all about the frankly slop that IGN's been putting out for the last God knows how many years. I don't think that he's looking at this objectively, and I don't know what the reason for that is, because let's be real, anyone that watches Asmongold's content, he's usually very down the middle, fair balance. He's got some awful takes, he's got some great takes, like a lot of individuals, and I really am underwhelmed at his reaction to Smash here. There should definitely be some more thought being put into this, because it does garner an interesting conversation in regards to the culture war and where we stand with video games and censorship. You gonna say something, buddy? He is fucking struggle busting it. Smash hasn't said anything to warrant this
There's
sort
a 10-minute video that it's based off of a tweet that is a completely unsubstantiated post at all.
That is a 100% factual statement from Az, to be fair. He took a lot of time struggle busting to come up with his words, but the words he came up with are technically factually accurate words.
What is going on? That's how YouTube works. I just look. And here's the problem, is that, in my opinion, I think that IGN probably does have a bias against games like this. And I think that it's really obnoxious and annoying. And I think that it's true. That was made evident with the way that they reviewed Wukong. It was made evident with the way that they reviewed Dustborn. It was made evident with the way that they talked about Resident Evil 5. There were a lot of examples that you can use for this. But when you start using examples that are written off of fan fiction, then you make everybody who has legitimate examples look like a fucking moron.
Yeah. Honestly, that is my argument as well. And again, when you have an instance like this where the fact checking seems like it wasn't done, when you've got a account like Manga Lawyer that did used to be a very credible account, and now it just seems to become a shill for the right side of the culture war. Yeah, people do get lazy. If anything, this is actually a good thing. Is it an L for Smash? You could say that, but you could also take this as this was a learning opportunity to sort of reinvigorate his, his fat checking, make sure that everything he's getting is correct. Take this L, turn it into a W in the future, because we can't just take everything for granted. Now, Smash does good work. He puts out great videos, and I would say I've agreed with a solid 80 to 90% of his videos and articles. Now, that doesn't mean that there are times that I disagree with him, where I think he's wrong, or I think he's gone too far. Just like with anybody in this space. I think that about Hypnotic. I think that about Asmongold. I think that about Mugen Lord. Like, we are all going to have varying different opinions when it comes to this sort of stuff. However, this message right here, the fact that Asmongold was able to point out Wukong, was able to point out Resident Evil 5, both things that I have covered and pointed out IGN's bias on. In fact, I made several videos on the Resident Evil 5 situation. Jesus Christ, that upsets me. That's neither here nor there. The point is, yes, there is a credibility issue, but yeah, when you can take that L and realize, okay, I made the mistake here. I felt for something. I propagated something I probably shouldn't have. Let's, rise up, move past it, keep putting out content. Definitely don't get, put down, swayed to give up or anything, which Smash is never going to. He's riding on top of the world right now. He's absolutely killing it, and you can't win them all. Like, he has had dub after dub after dub. I ain't stressing on this one L. I mean, I think Asmongold is 100% in the right here, because I don't want to see this movement that we've got that has garnered so much attention, that does seem to be swaying people over. I don't want to see the waters, muddied by instances like this, but they are going to happen. So when they do happen, it's just best to make sure we minimize it, mitigate it, acknowledge it. That would be like, hey, yo, I fucked up. It's on me. My bad. Because that's the difference between us and the wokies on the left, is they don't do that. They will just bull in that China shop, force their emotional ideology on you as if they were right, and never admit their wrongdoing. And you could say admitting you were wrong looks like a sign of weakness. I highly disagree. But again, there are going to be people with that mentality. Yeah, again, so far, as kind of correct here.
Because you're making shit up, and it's not what's happening. Just say what's happening.
Now, to be fair, I don't think Smash was making shit up, or at least not knowingly making shit up. I think he just fell for some bad information.
What's the problem with why do we need to? Why are we making things up? Why are we doing this? What is going on? You were talking about misinformation earlier. Yes, it's just misinformation. The game sucked and it's creepy because of the setting. The game itself is a 4 max, and the polymer count shows it. I don't know, it's creepy, like the character is like, I think the character's great. I think she's hot, and that's awesome. But like, I don't really care. Like, I don't care about this. Like, is anybody even pointing us out in the comments? Let me see if I can read it. The reviews are pointless anyways. Concord is dead. The fact that they refuse to do it out of principle further undermines themselves. They never even said that they weren't going to review it. I don't know if they review every single game. Redundant video, had to stop watching. However, I'll probably buy it just to push my own narrative. More hot chicks in video games. Yeah, I like the sound of that. It's a good game, but not worth it for 40 hours. Yeah, there you go. Strong female protagonist. Having a male is literally an accessory. Okay, she's a wife, but part of that, they should love it. This is crazy to me, man. It really is. Mainstream reviewers are just long ads. Yeah, no doubt. Your sub is a cesspool. Well, that's okay. I mean, like, if people want to post stuff like this, that's fine. Like, I think that it's an interesting conversation because, like, I try to look at stuff, and I do this the best that I can, right? I try to look at stuff and be as fair as I possibly can be because I feel like I have an obligation to do that because I think that so few other people even try to do that. They never...
And to Asmongold's credit, I also do think that he was in some way fair here. He was very negative, but negative doesn't imply that he was unfair. He did state that he does believe that IGN has the bias. He agreed with Smash's premise. He just heavily disagreed with the execution of the message in regards to this particular game. I actually do find that to be a pretty fair middle road.
Or try to see what's true. They always try to just prove what they think is true. That's it. Misinformation should be banned. Blatant misinformation will get you banned. But like this person is simply posting a video that is misinformation, and so I'm not going to ban them for this post. It's generally posts that are made with like an actual agenda. I think that they could just easily be like, this is a video, this happened, look at it. Yeah, I'm not going to ban him for this one. These guys should chill up on the TikTok post. Yeah, sure. Let's see here. At least they called. What's this?
All right, well, that is the end of that. Yeah, at the end of the day, I gotta be 100% honest. Smash, I hope this doesn't keep you from coming on the show Monday, because, yeah, you did take the L on this one. I do think that Asmongold's criticism during the first part, there should have been more investment, more engagement. It didn't seem like, but to be fair, I don't know. Maybe this is just a situation that he doesn't know a lot about, or maybe doesn't even care about, which in that case, I mean, why click on the video? But yeah, his criticisms were fair. Smash's criticisms of IGN were fair, but they were based on a presupposition of something that was unfortunately untrue. If there's anything that we should just take away from all this, it is that do your fact checking, do your research. Not just you, Smash, you watching, me, all of us, because if we are going to try and change culture and sway culture and get not just video games, but overall nerd culture, and by extension, our good goddamn American culture back to the way it used to be, we need to be on our A game. We need to be able to accept that we were wrong. We need to be able to make mistakes. We need to be able to move past those mistakes. And we also need to, have some due diligence to avoid those mistakes in the first place. And again, that is a trap we will all fall into, especially if you're doing news coverage. I mean, it happens. The internet's a big, wide, varied place. There's a lot of news out there, and sometimes things get muddied. I mean, I've said it multiple times in this video, but all in all, again, this is an L for Smash that can be turned into a massive dub if he comes back strong, talks about news. I mean, look at the Black Girl Gamer stuff. He didn't miss a beat on that, and he was 100% correct about all of it, to the point to where after this, he got copyright struck, and then when he sent out the words to Black Girl Gamer saying, take this down or I'm taking legal action, strike immediately removed. Like, no, that is a dub, and that is a far more important dub than just getting something wrong about a remaster of a game that is already niche, that not a lot of individuals are going to play. I mean, hell, I've made a few Lollipop Chainsaw videos, and they're fun to make, but let's not deny that it is a niche game. This remaster is for a niche audience. I hope it sells well. I hope people like it, but at the end of the day, it's not near as important as, let's say, the Sweet Baby Inc. stuff, for example. So yeah, dude, Smash could have had a far worse L, but Asmongold was entirely correct on this one. At least those are my opinions. Let me know yours in the comments down below, or let me know on X, where you can find me at Bolt the Word. And please do subscribe. I'm a nerdy news channel. I cover nerdy news every day, and not always about creator on creator drama, but anime, movies, music, Magic the Gathering, you name it. Check me out on Instagram at wordsofparadise_Leon, and become a member for $4.99 a month. You can join the Discord, choose the articles I go over on a day-to-day basis, choose the videos I react to on my Friday night live streams, and of course, get involved with over 80 other vital idols. We are a bright, beautiful, glowing, vibrant community that I cannot wait to grow even further, because we do care about diversity, but only one kind of diversity of thought. And if that's interesting to you, join the Discord, hit subscribe, and until next time, it is all here in the Nerdosphere. This has been Words of Paradise.